All right. So welcome. So today's presenter is Justinus Satrio from Chemical Engineering, and Justinus has incorporated sustainability into his coursework for a number of years. I remember when I first joined Villanova, he was one of the first professors I was introduced to, and was impressed with all that he was doing, all of 7 years ago. So I'm sure he's got a lot more to share with us today. So I'm gonna just pass it on over at this point to Justinus to give us his presentation.
All right, thank you, Liesl, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. As Liesl said, I am a professor in chemical engineering and has been here at Villanova since 2010. Before that, I was working as a research scientist, and also I graduated and postdoc in the Midwest. I did my research, my primary research background is on the utilization of biomass into useful products. In the past, primarily the biomass is used to produce fuels, like biofuels, and then and gas mostly via thermochemical gasification. But since I joined Villanova, I have been becoming very interested in teaching, invite students to learn about sustainability. It is a dear subject for me, especially since also I should mention that I came from Indonesia. Indonesia is my home country, which I left 17 after high school, but it's still very dear for me. Indonesia is a developing nation very fast. Now it is the 15th largest economy in the world and still growing. And the main economy initially was based on agriculture and forestry. Now it is becoming more industrialized. And today I would like to share with you what I have learned about sustainability, and also I will give you two examples of courses which I have done with focus on sustainability, but the caveat of this is also with hands-on, giving students hands-on experience. So I believe that the best way for students to learn something, especially on sustainability, is through activities, through doing something, and then so they can learn, can make a conclusion, can make analysis from what they learn. Okay, so the title of my talk today is on teaching sustainability across disciplines through experiential learning. Okay, go with the next slide. Okay, so the outline, I will give a little bit of background. I'm sure everybody knows quite a bit already about sustainability, but we start with thinking about sustainability, and then I will go through these two courses that I have developed in last year. This one is on freshman mini project course, and then the second one is the mini course was done in 2019 fall. It will be done again in this coming fall. The second one is international summer course in Indonesia, which I work together with the support of Vessel. Dr. Jordan Emilio is the director of the program, and he has been very, very supportive with this program. The first summer course was done in last summer, and then it was planned to be done in this summer, but then thank you to COVID, all the summer programs in Villanova have been canceled. So I hope that we can do this in the future. So yeah, is the idea of sustainable development is, of course, then we have so often is that about how to meet the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generation to meet theirs. So the key is that how we use just enough for us, and then but make sure that the resources for the future generation are still in good conditions for the future, for our future generation. So when we talk about sustainability, there will be three components that we have to think about. Of course, then there will be society, economy, and environment. You know, the society as the top, people at the top, because then it is supported by strong society is supported by strong economy. But then a strong economy will be supported strongly also by a healthy ecosystem, by a healthy environment, which will be the bottom on this. So when we talk about sustainability, those three components, we can see it on where the focus are. On the there's the two graphs on the left. And when we talk about a society, about people, so the sociocentric concerns, we will concern about the human capital, so the quality of human, and then the social expectation. So on the technocentric concerns that will be on the economy is that how there's the technology and the economic system, techno-economic system. So the economy will be strong, which will be supported by a strong technologies. So as technologies progress, and then with the idea of, for example, that electricity production that is more efficient, more environmentally friendly, and then and so on. So all this, the sociocentric and technocentric concern, we have to also need to be connected to the ecocentric concern. The ecocentric concern is primarily about natural resources and ecological capacities. So we want to make sure that these natural resources and the nature capacity are able to support our effort in living. Okay. On the right side, so we talk about what people need to have, what those three components need to have: people, economy, and planet. So people, we would like people to have a social equity, and on the down here we have the profit, economic prosperity. Okay. But then, how the connection between people and the profits economy is that we have this, the keywords on equitable. So the economy has to be enjoyed by the people in the fair way. Okay. So for the profit to be strong, people need to maintain the environmental stewardship, and that need to be done also by using the economy to support the planet. So this kind of two-way communication, two-way street. So the strong planet will enable a strong, healthy planet will be viable to support strong economy. But then on the other way, that then we have an economy has to be able to provide means or technology to maintain strong planet. And then a good strong planet also need to be able to support people. At the same time, people has to be able to work to make sure that the planets are healthy. So all this, there is a two-way street between all those three. So the purpose of development, now we talk about sustainable development. Okay, the development is about to enlarge people's choices. So in principle, these choices can be infinite and can change over time. The goal of the development is to create an enabling environment for people to enjoy long, healthy, and creative lives. Then something that I've been thinking about just about this COVID is that how this we think about these choices can be suddenly limited because of something that beyond our capability, that the pandemic. So it is talking about this freedom of the choice. It is I think it's becoming very subjective. That is depends on the condition. So for development to be sustainable, the effects of economic development on natural resources also must always be considered. So in the summary is that sustainable development, in one sense, is the desire to improve the worldwide standard of living while considering the effects of economic development on healthy natural resources, on the environment. So all these three, economy, environmental, and social conditions, have to enhance the quality of life. When we talk about sustainable development, that we cannot ignore the ethics. So this is another, that is the other, when we talk about economy, the people, and environment, we think about students or people who work in engineering, in chemistry, also in finance, in economy. But then also we need to remember about the ethical aspects on this. So there's other disciplinary that is involved. This is about people who are on the philosophy, on the ethics aspects on this. So the ethical aspects for sustainable development is this: enough for everyone forever. So it's the implicit in the definition. So in the ethical dimension, sustainable development must be built on the concept of economy, equity, fairness, and justice. Okay, so that is there's another another aspect that really important. So it is important to identify these technical dimensions, since they are often directly informed about the policies and regulations that influence engineering design decision, also, or economic decision on that. Okay. So ethical aspect in sustainable development is enough for everyone forever, and this can be the world, country, village, sorry, my handwriting is very bad, cities, and so all basically that involve of people live together. They must acquire sustainable development, which must be built on the concept of equity, fairness, and justice. Even if we come to the smallest form of society, of family, that as a family also we must acquire sustainable development built on the concept of equity, fairness, and justice. So I'm talking about the scale. Scale can be global, but then also can be a very this small component of the globe. Even as small as company, as a family, as a village, as a town. So how this the sustainable development, as informally, it has been in the global level. It is done by sponsored by the United Nations. Currently, we have the program called Sustainable Development Goals, and then there's a global efforts that is United Nations initiative. And before that, before the Sustainable Development Goals, we have this Millennium Development Goals Report 2015. For the SDG, the goal is down to 2030. So we have 10 more years. So basically, this is a shared blueprint for peace, prosperity, and people and planet now and into the future. So ending the poverty and other deprivation must go hand in hand strategies to improve health, education, reduce inequality, and support economic growth. And so this is kind of the gist of what we need to teach our students about sustainability. That the goal is that how we can teach our students to understand what they can do as a part of society or to help in the development on that. So this can be very sometimes for young students it is an abstract thing. So the best way for me is that to teach them through, in my opinions, through a hands-on experience. So students are learning about this 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, there I will not mention that, but then they can be, I will skip that, divided into the 17 can be divided into four parts: the society, economy, environment, and then supporting institutions or regulations. So as a students, we would like them to be able to see those 17 components and then think about how can I be part of this society, member of society, to help to reach the goal that is to be enough for everyone forever. And they can choose from the part of the society, economy, environment, or institution, or regulations. But then they need to understand the whole picture first. So one way for in teaching students about this is by connecting them with something that is real, that's available every day, that we use every day. On this, I connect them with water, energy, food nexus. Okay, so it is all this the sustainability concepts on this people, planet, and profits is cannot function if there are no foods, water, and energy. On the other way around is the healthy people, planet, profit will need to work in order to provide good food, water, and energy on that. So we in the classrooms, we start teaching students about sustainability by learning about the importance of water, energy, and food nexus. Okay, so the goal in water security is about the safe drinking water, energy security about reliable energy, and food security about availability, access, utilization, and stability. So I will give you two quick examples about the hands-on learning course that I've done. But before that, is there any, maybe we can open a little bit of, if there anyone would like to have some question on this to. Should I go on?
Justin, I don't have a question, but I just wanted to remind everyone that this particular webinar is not the 30-minute webinar. It's going to be about 45 minutes. So just so you know, when we go over that, it's on purpose.
Yeah. Please bear with me.
It's great. You're doing a great job. I just want to remind people.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I will talk a little bit about this, the freshman mini project course. That is, I developed this course as the replacement of an old course that I developed before, another freshman mini. This is my second freshman mini project. The first one was I was teaching students about sustainability and biofuels. So in the students learning the hands-on experience about making a biodiesel from waste cooking oil. And then, so they learn the concept about sustainability from the process, and then from the analysis, and then from the transportation issue, and so on. So for this, but the project course has been done since 2011, and then so the College of Engineering and I also got tired of it. So last year I started a new course with focus on agriculture and environment. So the second one will be on International Summer Course in Indonesia, which is a collaboration with IPB University in Bogor, Indonesia. Okay, so the goal of this course is to introduce the Villanova freshman engineering to basic principle along with concept of sustainability. That is the concept of water, energy, food nexus, and also about process, since it is for engineering. So the technical part is about coffee processing. So the concept is learned through exploring two very important aspects of bioeconomy. That is the technical aspects of coffee production and processing process. And then the second one is about sustainability issues related to how coffee is produced and utilized. I will just keep on there. This is some of the technical aspect that students learn about some chemistry aspects, about the roasting coffee, about the coffee components, and then learning about mass and energy balance, some design concepts. Also through and doing roasting or heating up coffee, they're learning about the concept of heat transfer, energy efficiency, and then also we did some tasting coffee also on that. So also finally we did a sustainability analysis on the coffee production and processing. So the basic of this is that on the agriculture is that for making when you're drinking coffee, coffee that you drink is come from a very long chain of process. That is from the plantation, cultivation, and then the harvesting, transportation, storage, and processing. So in terms of about sustainability, efficiency, all of this has to go hand in hand. So think about like a chain. So if one step of the value chain doesn't work, the entire value chains will not work. So we want to make sure that all those components of this value chains have to be equally strong and go hand by hand, kind of work together well. So on the life of coffee is we start by the growing and then harvesting. We are processing the beans, and then do some packing, and then we do transportation by boat, and then go to the roaster, and then go to store, and then going to brewery or at Starbucks, or having someone drinking at home. So this is a very long value chain. And the interesting part of this on the life of coffee is the geographical location. In United States, Europe's are the largest coffee drinkers. So they are located in the mostly a northern hemisphere, and usually most of these countries are in the term economy is well developed. However, the coffee producer is mostly are in developing nations, in Africa, in Asia, in Central America, in South America. They are in the countries that relatively weaker in terms of economy. So this already there is some differences on about those about the socio structure or level in terms of economy and maybe education, health, and so on. So this is just to show you that the coffee beans only grow in what is called the bean belt. That is the in Sumatra, in America, in Central America, and then a big part in the Africa and the East India. This is Vietnam, Indonesia. Indonesia, my home country, is the largest the fourth largest producer of coffee. Okay, and also most of the coffee plantations are produced by small coffee farmers. It is not a big corporation. So the average of the farmer, average farmer will have about 2 hectares of coffee of coffee plantation. Okay. So again, this is just the life of coffee: growing, picking, drying, and then roasting, grinding, brewing. So so in the class, students learn about the life cycle of coffee. They learn about the inputs of water, energy, and raw materials, and then they based on, since this is a freshman, we simply talk about the qualitative analysis. So not some calculations, some technical calculations, but very limited. So students need to understand about in the coffee production, and then the materials, and then so the distribution, the use, and then the end of life. And then underneath here is what is coming out is a waste also.
Okay. Somebody wants to hit you, I'm getting crushed.
I'm sorry?
I think he meant to be on mute. It wasn't a question, just background noise.
Okay, all right. Okay, so also we talk about the impact of a coffee production and consumption. So there is from midpoint categories and then endpoint categories. So we look at from the climate change, ecosystem. This is we just brush through, not really going into detail. But then it's going into detail. This can be a very intensive course on this. So it's related to the impact on the on global warming, and then on the ecosystem, and then natural resources, because energy, non-renewable energy, and then on human health. Okay, and then the use of water also. That is so. So students are invited to think about, okay, when drink coffee, we ask them to think about, okay, what is the impact of when I'm drinking coffee on this component, on the natural resources, human health, and so on. So we talk also about minimizing and utilizing waste. We also explored about, okay, what can be done with the waste? The waste is the spent coffee grounds. And we talk about, potential use of spent coffee grounds and as a product, for example, that we make from the oil of the coffee, we can make a biodiesel, for example. And then we can make a biochar that can be used for as to make activated carbon or as carbon sequestration. Okay, so that is a bit about the mini projects that I in for freshman engineering. So I'm running out of time here, but then very quick, I try to be quick about the international summer course in Indonesia. As I mentioned, that this course was done with the support of Vessel. Dr. Jordan Ermilio is the director of the program, and the goal of this basically to do the outreach work for students to learn to help people in developing communities. So Vessel have done it in various countries, and from Central America, in Africa, India, Cambodia, and Indonesia. Indonesia is relatively new on this. So Vessel have been working on in the past 2 years. In Indonesia, we work with a local organic cacao producer in central Bali. So we help them to design a dryer for cacao processing. This has been done for in the 2018 and 19. So the Indonesia Festival program has run from several years. 2017, there are 2 students participated, and in 2018, 4 students, and then in winter 5, and then in last year, in summer, 6 students. All the first 3, they're most simply just a service project, but then the summer 2019, there's a combination of service project and summer course as an official course. These are the collaborators. The main collaborators is IPB University that is located in West Java. So also with Indonesia, we have done this international conference on biomass. So this at here, students had the opportunity to present their work about related to biomass utilization and about sustainability. So just very quick on the history of collaboration. IPB University is the top agricultural-based university in Indonesia, and we have started the collaboration informally from 2016 to 18, but then we make it official in 2018 summer. So the delegation from Indonesia came to Villanova, and then we signed agreement. Dr. Randy Weinstein signed it on behalf of Villanova University. So this has strengthened our collaboration. So this internship and course program as last year was done as a 6-week. This kind of the realization of the collaboration. So the goal is to have Villanova students who are interested to come for 6 weeks to learn about to do a 4-week internship and then 2-week summer course. So the program is open for sophomore, junior, and seniors in engineering. But then in the future, I really would like to have non-engineering students from liberal arts and science to participate in this summer course and service, because then I see the benefits of for students from different discipline to work and learn together on this. So the program ran for 6 weeks at 4 different locations in Jakarta, my hometown, and then in West Java, Central Java, and Bali. So students, the first 2 weeks, they do internship at a biogas company in Bogor. And then week number 3 and 4, they did this summer course, which is a 3-credit course for 2 weeks. And then learning about fundamentals and theories in the first week. And then the second week, they did a field trip to work with farmers and then in plantation in Central Java. And the week 5 and 6, students, only Villanova students flew to Bali from Central Java, and then they did an internship and at Chow Chocolate, and then with in collaboration also with Institute of Assessment of Agricultural Technologies. So this is some of the activities, and this is on the first 2 weeks. Students work with this a company called Swen Innovasi Transfer. Students learn about the biogas system, and then about they spend a few days for 2 weeks learning about how to produce biogas. What is the effect of the feedstock to biogas, for example, and so they also learn about the utility about the integrated farming, what to do with the waste from biogas, the liquid waste and then the solid waste. Okay. The third week, students went to campus at the Bogor LPB University, and they learn stay for a week on campus. Okay, learning focusing on the technologies and sustainability in agro industry. So for Villanova, the course for in IPB, the course is named Sustainable Agro Industry. But then for Villanova University, the course is transferred as a chemical engineering, a special topic in chemical engineering on sustainable development. The nice thing about this course is the participants are students coming from various backgrounds in science and engineering. Students from 6 countries participated in that, from Indonesia, United States, Villanova, from Malaysia, Thailand, China, and Jordan. The students also came from very diverse background. The students with a biology background, chemistry, and then a lot of them in engineering, some of them in medical science actually. So it is a very nice group. It's make it challenging, but also students learn from the perspective of students from different background. So this kind of for a week, students learn on campus, and then on the second week we visited this the plantation and then the production of essential oil in West Java. By the way, the course was opened also by the United States ambassador for Indonesia. So it actually that is quite is a high-profile course for when it was done at IPB the first time. So as I mentioned, these classroom meetings, students learn about the theory, about the technologies, and then about essential oils, and then we talk also about the impact on the societies, about the design, what is the impact of the design towards societies, and the other way around on that. Then students went to this West Java, and then they did a field trip, and then visiting the plantation, and then manufacturing facility. And then they have, as the final project, students develop a project based on what they learn in the field. So this is kind of the list what we did, the schedule. I will not go through this, but then it is a pretty intensive course. So it is done, sorry, I will show this. So group working as in student divided into groups, and then they presented a project. They work together in developing a project from different perspective, from the technology, from the economy, from a society perspective, and so on. So it is students develop the project based on what they are interested in. Done with the project, with the summer course, just for Villanova students, we traveled to Bali. So in the Bali for 2 weeks, we worked in agricultural community, focusing in cacao farming and processing. And also during the time, students spent some time to develop a project for teaching local high school. So what they work in is they study, and then they learn about cacao processing, and then also they learn about from after understanding the cacao processing, and then they help in the design and build a solar dryer, and then also explore utilization of cacao production. Here, students working in designing the dryer. Also the opportunity for, we went to the farm, learning the farmers about cacao. Also, we had opportunity also to visit temples, blending in with the community in the village. We did also an outreach program as part of what they learn about the cacao, about chocolate, and then they share it with the students. This is on high school students. We spend about half a day, and the students really like that. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation. After 6 weeks, we went back to United States from Jakarta. So this is just some picture. Okay, so I will close my talk with my favorite word, purpose of education. So for me, the purpose of education is to teach the basics so everyone has a shot at life. But more than that, it is to create the spark, the curiosity, the creativity, the confidence, and the zest for further knowledge that help the person grow beyond what they believe they can be. So education is part of learning. So we continue learning. Never stop learning. When we stop learning, we stop growing. That's my life philosophy. Okay, I will stop my talk, and then sorry for running for too long, but then we have time for questions, if comments. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. This was really great. The images, especially at the end where on that trip, it's just great to see students interacting with students from around the world and learning, you know, how to do things in a different way and in a different environment. It's great to see that.
Okay. Maybe you can unmute everyone. Maybe they will have questions.
I have a quick question. Great presentation, Justinus.
Thank you.
My question is, what were the learnings that you found between the participants from different parts of the world? What was it that enhanced the richness of the experience in terms of those interactions? I'm curious if you were able to capture some of that.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And the experience that from what I heard from the response from the Villanova students, they really enjoyed that. So one is that they live in a dormitory for, they live together for 1 week. So the students actually, they kind of mix together. So they were, the student from Villanova is signed up with student from China, from Indonesia. So they were, forced to live together as a roommates. Also, they work as they were asked to at the night for fun. Students asked to present something, fun things together. Some students from Thailand at the last night, they did cooking some Thai food that is very spicy, and then everybody and then a student from Jordan, he showed how the Jordanian making drink tea, and share it to everyone. So it's been it's a young people. They're in their 20s, 18s, and then so they really very easy to engage. And language, English is a little bit. There's some challenge a bit, but then most of the students from other country, they also able to speak English quite well, and so it went well. Yeah, students really like it.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Justinus, nice job. I have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
Your summer course I think there are a lot of people in the sciences who would really like to look at that and maybe even take it. So I hope you can advertise that for the next time you offer it, because I think you'd get some science students that would want to go.
Sure.
And I assume that they have to pay for this?
Yeah, it's actually when we did this, it is the summer course is done as part of the VESEL program. So through this VESEL, the students receive some scholarship. So it's actually it's quite a big chunk of money. So it's from I forgot what is the name of the foundation. They provide that on that. But then in the future, probably students need to pay, and if there are enough students. But then I think something that is need to be think about is about how to maybe we can get some kind of a support from maybe alumni to to kind of provide support for this kind of activities, because I think that is to expand their students' perspectives in the environment that is culture that is totally different from American culture. It is a bit eye-opening. All the students who came to Indonesia and then they said, well, this is eye-opening, and then they really appreciate the opportunity that they had there. And so
if I could ask another question, is there a lab with your coffee course?
yes. So the coffee course is done it is a 7-week course. For 3 weeks, students meet 3 times in the labs. The first lab, they learn how to do grinding and then roasting coffee. So students learn about this the roasting from mild, middle, and then long is depending on the temperature and then the duration. So coffee is very, very interesting. And then so they learn about what is coming out when at lower temperature, because then the flavors comes from the decomposition of the coffee. So there's what chemicals that's being released from the coffee, and that is students. It is. I think it's supposed to be a full semester course, and then actually I'm thinking that I hope that maybe this course can be developed as a 1 semester course that will be open for everyone who wants to learn about coffee. Yeah, so not only for freshmen. I think there'll be a lot of people who will be interested in this.
So if I can just offer a suggestion, in arts and sciences, we have the Mendel Science Experience courses.
Okay.
Which are for non-science majors and fulfill the core curriculum requirement. It would be a first to have somebody from engineering teach one of these courses. But, I think if you'd consider teaching your coffee course as a full semester Mendel Science Experience course, I think a lot of students that don't even know about it would love it. So,
okay.
Something to think about.
Yeah. So this is a course for, is a kind of elective course then?
I'll send you some materials. We have a two semester science requirement for non-science majors, and they meet it through these Mendel Science Experience courses.
Okay.
So,
okay,
anyway, neat stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is fun, and then the smell is good also.
I love this connection that's being made. That's awesome. Any other questions?
Oh, hello. Can I give you some questions, maybe, about Justinus?
Yes. Oh, this is my student from Dini. She is in Indonesia right now, and she's coming to United States to study PhD at Virginia Tech in coming fall.
Okay. Hello, thank you. Thank you very much. Very glad to hear Bapak Justinus for your presentations. So I'm from IPB University, and I think Bapak Justinus mentioned a lot about us, and we are very grateful for our collaborations. So maybe one thing that I want to ask you, I know this is very, it's maybe considered new collaborations between our institutions, but I want to see whether Villanova University foresees some kind of, collaborations between not only students from natural sciences or STEM background, and also maybe want to engage with the social sciences major, because what I see here, I'm from Indonesia, I live all my life here, and what I see, the problem for us to work on, the implementations on our SDGs is how we from the natural sciences background, STEM backgrounds, work by ourselves and then not really collide with the social sciences experts. So I wish there will be this kind of collaboration between our institutions where maybe we will have some students from the social sciences part or business or economics in Villanova to have the summer course also with the chemical engineering major, and also maybe from our side. So we can learn together not only, the processing elements, but also like the more like a broad range. So I believe, I wish it would be better impacts for the industries that we learn together. I think that's all, Pak Justinus.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, of course, then I think that there's the aspects of social sciences sustainability is not all about technology, about natural science, about engineering, but also I mentioned about ethics, about sociology, about because then giving technologies to a developing communities doesn't mean that the communities will use it. So always there is a lot of challenge in that. So at Villanova, we are establishing Institute of Sustainability, and then this is actually a university-wide effort to get together the entire faculty, staff, and then students from various backgrounds on that. So maybe the same thing can be done with at IPB University. And next time, for example, when I go to Indonesia, maybe we can visit also. Maybe through your international office, we can reach out to some faculty from social sciences, and then maybe we can talk about that to expand the scope of the course or the outreach program. Yeah, I think that will be a very good thing to be done, and I don't think it is that difficult to invite them.
Great question. Thank you. Any additional questions? Well, Justinus, this was really great, really informative. You're doing so much in the chemical engineering department and clearly around the world. So it's fantastic to get that update on what you're doing and to share that with others. We will be sharing this recording on the website. So if you want to direct other people to it, you may do so. And you'll be getting an email later today with a link as well.
All right.
So I'm gonna end the recording now.
Thank you so much, everyone.